if like by chance a Republican gets elected in 2016 and has a more aggressive policy towards whatever, or decides to go back in, or whatever happens, you know that the streets will be filled with anti-war protesters again. Like you just know it. And like you said, Hillary's actually, rumor has it, I don't really know, but rumor has it that she's like more hawkish than most Democrats, and would be willing to potentially use force.
It's easy to take that position. I mean,
she is on like a lot of militaristic things, but like she's still like.
Oh no, I'm not in any sense defending Hillary. I'm just saying like that I could potentially see her being willing to, even more so than Obama, who's like wringing his hands, holding back, being willing to like go in there and do shit. I'm not at all liking Hillary, but like and you know that were that to happen, yes, the streets would be silent, everything would be peaceful. But if it's, like everybody, this is actually an old thing. Like even libertarians, everybody knows this. Like the anti-war movement was an anti-Bush movement. It was it was totally, and it was basically actually a communist recruiting camp for the most part. Like all these commie groups go out there because they know there's going to be a bunch of stupid naive liberals willing to eat up their bullshit at these events, so they go out there with all their fucking literature, like they crawl out of their little nests and start hoping to reproduce, and and they know that because like some bourgeois suburban liberal is like so offended that like a conservative is in office, that means democracy has been subverted just because their side didn't win.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, so we all know that.
Like, my recent article was about the very thing. Yeah. They completely feign compassion for war when it suits their purposes.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing with just they love to feel compassionate when it's okay to feel compassionate to suit their needs, but really deep down they don't. And I wonder how they can look at themselves in the mirror and not think, I need to die.
Well, and the thing is there are actually a lot of groups out there that's like the anti-natalist left, and they're so sickeningly fascinating because they have taken all of that lefty bullshit and they have taken it, and it's very logical, and it leads right to all of humanity needs to die and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it leads directly to extinction, as a person that we all know likes to say.
When people value the non over what is, like people who are like, we need to save nature. The only way is to kill myself. We did not have kids.
I'm fully fucking in favor of those people doing it.
The thing is they want to take us with them, and that's why Islam is their useful idiot. I mean, that's everything they.
Assuming it's even that well thought out, which I doubt. But
no. But I'm sure there's. But I mean, you could easily, kind of construct.
There's got to be some subconscious thing going on there, though. Like, here's something that is actually destructive towards everything. Like, I blame the West and Western civilization, industrialization, capitalism, like white men, Christianity. These are the things that my narrative. Anything that actually built the greatest civilization in history. These are the things my narrative tells me are bad, and here's a force in direct antagonism to it.
It's just
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
and it's like that looking 2 feet in front of their face. Like they don't think about, like they think that the world like they think, I don't know. It's so funny because what the left believes is that there's like this. What the left believes is that there's this intellectual hierarchy, okay, and at the very, very bottom you have the conservative Christians who also like NASCAR, and then above that is like Rush Limbaugh and like. And, conservatives are conservative. Yeah, okay. Like all the way at the very top is the individual, right? Who's like, they believe that like deep down, if you just talk to people enough and show them that like it's like if you just talk to people enough, they'll eventually be intelligent enough to see your side. But if they don't see your side, obviously they're at the bottom of the pyramid here, and they need to be worked on. So it's like when they see people doing these things, they don't think enemy. They think like, oh, they'll help me serve my purposes, and then I'll just give them a good old talking to, and we'll just talk about.
We'll hug it out.
What's There's like that old joke, right? Like two liberals are walking down the street and they see a guy like beaten and bloody lying in like the gutter, and they turn to each other and they say like, "We need to find the person that did this. He needs help."
I've never heard that one.